Thursday Night Football served up pure drama as the Seattle Seahawks faced their NFC West rivals, the Arizona Cardinals, in what looked like a routine victory turned into an absolute nail-biter. The Seahawks entered this game riding high at 2-1, desperate to keep pace in the competitive NFC West division where every game matters. Arizona, also sitting at 2-1, couldn't afford another divisional loss after falling to the 49ers the week prior. Sam Darnold has been Seattle's revelation this season, proving doubters wrong with his calm, collected play under pressure. Meanwhile, the Cardinals were banking on Kyler Murray's dual-threat ability to spark an offense that had been inconsistent through the first 3 games. What unfolded at State Farm Stadium was a masterclass in how quickly momentum can shift in the NFL. The first 3 quarters painted a picture of Seattle dominance. Darnold was surgical with his passing, completing 18 of 26 attempts for 242 yards. The Seahawks defense, led by Leonard Williams and Uchenna Nwosu, consistently pressured Murray, racking up 6 sacks and forcing crucial turnovers. By the fourth quarter, Seattle held what appeared to be a comfortable 20-6 lead, and their fans were already celebrating another road victory against their divisional foes. But as any NFL fan knows, no lead is safe until the final whistle blows. The Cardinals had other plans, and Murray was about to remind everyone why he's considered one of the most dangerous quarterbacks when his back is against the wall. What happened next would test every Seahawks fan's heart rate and showcase why Thursday Night Football continues to deliver unforgettable moments that define seasons. With 5:50 remaining on the clock and Seattle leading 20-6, disaster struck in the most Seattle way possible. The Seahawks, who had dominated for 3 quarters, suddenly forgot how to close out games. It started with missed opportunities. Jason Myers, who had been automatic all season, shanked a 53-yard field goal attempt that would have extended the lead to 17 points and essentially sealed the victory. That missed kick proved to be the catalyst Arizona desperately needed. Kyler Murray, who had struggled against Seattle's pressure all night, suddenly found his rhythm. The Cardinals' first scoring drive of the fourth quarter was a thing of beauty, showcasing the explosive potential that had been dormant for most of the game. Murray connected with Marvin Jr. for a spectacular 16-yard touchdown pass that cut the deficit to 20-13. Harrison Jr., who had been battling drops and miscommunications all season, finally broke through with the kind of play that made him the 4th overall pick in the 2024 draft. The rookie's emotional reaction after the touchdown, dropping to his knees in relief, told the story of a young player finally finding his footing at the professional level. That moment of individual triumph became the spark that ignited Arizona's comeback. But the Cardinals weren't finished. With just 33 seconds remaining, Murray orchestrated a masterful 2-minute drill that culminated in a 7-yard touchdown pass to running back Emari Demercado. The stadium erupted as Arizona had somehow clawed back from a 14-point deficit to tie the game at 20-20. Seattle's defense, which had been dominant all night, had surrendered 14 unanswered points in the final 6 minutes, setting up a finish that would be talked about for weeks. With 28 seconds left and the game tied at 20-20, both teams faced a moment that would define their seasons. Arizona had the momentum, having just completed an improbable comeback, while Seattle was reeling from watching a comfortable lead evaporate. The Cardinals' kickoff following their touchdown would prove to be the pivotal moment that swung the game back in Seattle's favor. Chad Ryland's kickoff attempt fell short of the designated landing zone, a crucial error under the NFL's new kickoff rules that proved catastrophically expensive. Instead of starting from their own 20-yard line, the Seahawks were gifted field position at their own 40-yard line. In a game of inches, that 20-yard difference would prove to be the margin between victory and devastating defeat. Sam Darnold, who had been steady all night, now faced the ultimate test of his resurgent career. With no timeouts and less than 30 seconds on the clock, he needed to move his team into field goal range while managing the clock perfectly. His first pass fell incomplete, but on second down, Darnold delivered the throw of the game. A perfectly placed 22-yard strike to Jaxon Smith-Njigba along the sideline. Smith-Njigba's route running was exquisite, getting just enough separation to make the catch and immediately stepping out of bounds to stop the clock. That completion moved Seattle to Arizona's 38-yard line with enough time for one more play. The stage was set for Jason Myers to redeem himself after his earlier miss, but a 52-yard field goal is no gimme, especially with a season potentially hanging in the balance. Jason Myers stood on the State Farm Stadium turf, 52 yards away from redemption and 52 yards away from extending Seattle's remarkable winning streak against Arizona to 8 games. Just minutes earlier, he had missed a 53-yard attempt that could have iced the game. Now, with the season potentially hanging in the balance, Myers had one chance to transform from GOAT to hero. The mental fortitude required in that moment cannot be overstated. Professional kickers live in a world where your last kick defines you until your next one. Myers had to block out the miss, block out the pressure, and execute under the most intense circumstances the NFL can provide. His teammates believed in him. Head coach Mike McDonald later revealed they never considered any other option than trusting their veteran kicker. As Myers lined up for the attempt, 50,000 Cardinals fans tried to will the kick wide. The snap was clean, the hold was perfect, and Myers struck the ball with the confidence of a player who had been through this crucible before. The ball sailed through the desert air, wobbling slightly but tracking true toward the uprights. For what felt like an eternity, the entire stadium held its breath. The official's arms shot up, and Seattle erupted in celebration. Myers had nailed the 52-yarder as time expired, capping one of the most dramatic finishes in recent Thursday night football history. His teammates mobbed him as he pumped his fists in triumph, the weight of redemption lifting from his shoulders. In the space of 5 minutes, Myers had gone from potential scapegoat to absolute hero, embodying the razor-thin margins that separate triumph from heartbreak in professional football. As the confetti settled and the players headed to the locker room, this game's impact extended far beyond one Thursday night in Arizona. For Seattle, the 23-20 victory improved their record to 3-1 and demonstrated the championship mentality that defines elite teams. The ability to win games even when everything goes wrong. This wasn't pretty, but playoff teams find ways to win ugly games on the road against divisional rivals. Sam Darnold's performance continued to validate the Seahawks' faith in their reclamation project quarterback. His 242-yard, one-touchdown performance included several clutch throws under pressure, none bigger than the game-winning drive completion to Smith-Njigba. Darnold is now 3-1 as Seattle's starter, proving that sometimes a change of scenery is exactly what a talented player needs to unlock their potential. For Arizona, this loss stung in ways that go beyond the standings. To mount such a dramatic comeback only to lose on a procedural mistake, the short kickoff that gave Seattle excellent field position, was heartbreaking. Kyler Murray's fourth-quarter performance showed flashes of his elite ability, but moral victories don't count in the standings. The Cardinals dropped to 2-2, and in the ultra-competitive NFC West, every loss carries enormous weight. The broader NFL implications are significant as well. Seattle's victory keeps them in the thick of the NFC West race, while Arizona now faces an uphill battle to stay relevant in playoff conversations. More importantly, this game showcased why Thursday night football continues to captivate audiences. The combination of divisional rivalry, dramatic comebacks, and clutch performances under pressure creates the kind of entertainment that makes the NFL America's most popular sport. Sometimes the best stories aren't about dominant performances, but about finding ways to win when everything seems lost.